one word could be used to describe the Phillies' 2011 season, it would be expectation. Last year, the Phillies were picked by many preseason to win the World Series and at least win the National League. So getting to the postseason was no issue, but once they got there, things hit a bump. In a best-of-5 divisional series against the St. Louis Cardinals, the Phillies were heavily favored, but found themselves trailing in the bottom of the ninth in the fifth and elimination game at home with Ryan Howard at bat. Now, Howard had ended the postseason the previous year against the San Francisco Giants by striking out at home and sending the Giants to become the eventual world champions. This year, Howard's fate wouldn't be much better as he actually grounded out to second base and ruptured his Achilles tendon in the process, jeopardizing his 2012 season and ending a Phillies season that should have gone out with a bang with rather more of a whimper. Entering the 2012 season, again, there are expectations, and you need not look further than the Phillies' escalating records for the last 5 years as they've increased in wins every year since 2007 when they won their first of 5 consecutive division titles. And last year they won the team record 102. And if you look at the correlation between wins and salary, over the same period, the Phillies have gone from being a middle-of-the-pack team as far as payroll to being number 2 to only the New York Yankees. An escalating salary has bought them some success over the last 5 years, obviously with the 5 division championships and in the process 2 trips to the World Series, but dynasties and history only remember championships, and in that time frame they have 1 World Series trophy. First, we need to discuss who's in and who's out. The players leaving the team included longtime closer Brad Lidge, setup man Ryan Madson, who had been with the team his entire career, Wilson Valdez, and Ross Glode, bench players, but very important, and one of the 4 aces, Roy Oswalt, who was acquired in a trade 2 summers ago, but also fan favorite Raul Ibanez, who had to move on to greener pastures because he was too old to play the field. As far as incoming players, the Phillies signed former Philly Jim Thome, who just hit his 600th home run last season, pitchers Dontrelle Willis and Chad Qualls, and utility players Lance Nix and Ty Wigginton. But most importantly, to replace Lidge, they brought in former Boston Red Sox closer Jonathan Papelbon for $50 million over 4 years. Much like the 2011 season, the 2012 season will hinge on pitching for the Phillies. In 2011, they led the league in ERA, or earned run average, which is an average of the runs allowed by the pitching staff over 9 innings, and fielding percentage. So the team was able to win with pitching and defense. The Phillies were the oldest team in baseball in 2011 and had 10 players spend time on the disabled list. Health will be an important factor in the 2012 season. The last consideration is the strength of the division, as other teams in the NL East have improved themselves, including the Washington Nationals and Miami Marlins making great strides, while the Braves look to remain healthy and the Mets try to climb out of the cellar. As long as they have former Cy Young winners Roy Halladay, Cliff Lee, and World Series MVP Cole Hamels, the Phillies will always have a fighting chance on any given day.